Hi there, my name's Leanne Allen and I work for the International Office at Macquarie University, and we're here today with current students of the DPT program just to tell you guys a little bit about what it's like to actually be a student studying in the program. So I'm here with Christine and Olivia. Olivia, can you tell me a bit about yourself and how you came to Macquarie?
Yeah, so I'd actually just completed my degree at Macquarie University. I came from Canada and have spent the last 3 years in the program, which I've really loved. And I did actually did my undergraduate degree in business, so a little bit unrelated, but then I did my prerequisites before coming here as well. And yeah.
Perfect. Christine?
So I'm from Nevada, and I came to Macquarie because I wanted the program to work back in the US. I did my undergrad degree at the University of Massachusetts in Boston, and I did it in exercise and health science, so it was a pretty good transition, but I did have to do a couple of things to make sure that I was ready to start at Macquarie.
Okay, and why physiotherapy? What is attractive to you guys about the industry?
I think being able to work with patients, to be able to kind of help people use their bodies to get better, that's one of the biggest things that attracted me to the profession.
Okay.
Yeah, me too. I just really wanted to help people get out there and be with their families and be able to be active and pain-free as much as we can help, and yeah.
Okay, and why Australia, and why Macquarie's program particularly?
I think Macquarie was very attractive for a few reasons. For me, I applied right straight out of doing my prerequisites, so it was a good transition to finishing that in Canada in the end of May and then coming here to start in end of July, beginning of August. Yeah. So the mid-year program was really attractive to me.
Okay.
So I was already living in Australia, even though I'm from the United States. And I chose Macquarie because I wanted the program that I did here. I wanted it to be able to translate and be able to work in the US if I do end up moving back.
So it's the number of clinical hours that allowed you to do that?
Yeah, that was really important to me, to make sure that I could be accredited back home.
Okay. So Christine, having just finished your first year, what did an average week look like for you?
So we were on campus 3 days a week. Classes usually started at 8 and we were here until about 4 or 5, kind of depending on the day. And then we had 2 days a week kind of set aside for studying, or we had HAWK placement hours that we had to do, and those were kind of set aside for that.
Okay, what's a HAWK? Is that an acronym for something, or?
Yeah.
I know. The health and well-being collaboration. So you're partnered up with somebody in the community, and you practice the skills that you learn throughout the semester with that person.
And at what part in the first year does that happen? Are you doing that straight away?
Straight away, yeah.
Wow.
So it's really cool because you get put out there, you get to practice working with people and engaging with people and kind of practicing what you're learning and really just being kind of thrown into it straight away, which it really helps. It really does.
Yeah, and you've got a variety of different HAWK volunteers throughout the degree as well, so you get to see different types of patients in different age groups and with different conditions as well, so it's really interesting.
Wow. So Olivia, having just finished your degree, what would you say was the most memorable part of the 3 years here?
I think in our final year we just presented on our research project that we did, so that day was just a really good conclusion to the whole degree. Everybody was just kind of celebrating each other, some of the staff members were there as well celebrating us, and it just felt really good to do all the research and then finally be able to present and everyone listen to each other and then support each other, and we have a little bit of a cocktailish party after with some food and drinks, so it was a good celebration to end the degree.
And Christine, what about you, having just finished your first year? What was the most memorable moment?
So mine, because it just happened, I think, we just had the physio ball, and that was, I've never been able to do anything like that with not only the students that you're working with, but also the faculty and the staff that are there, kind of to support you throughout the year. Everyone goes to this physio ball at the end of the year and celebrates a hard year done, and so that was amazing.
Awesome. Is there anything you wish you'd known before starting your programs? Or about the university, or about studying DPT at Macquarie? Anything particular that for someone who's looking at our program you'd be like, this is the best piece of advice I could give you? Or what to consider in the process? So many different things.
I think if I were to give someone advice, I think I would just say to go for it. It can be a big, scary move, but it's been the best decision I've ever made, honestly. And it can seem far away and a bit scary, and you might not know anyone, but it's a small group of people that you're with. It's a small cohort, so you make family quickly, and it's a pretty cool experience.
Yeah, and the staff is really good at supporting you through different things as well. They're always there to talk to you about anything and to help you with any questions that you might have about moving here, like where to live, or can put you in contact with other students as well, which is really good.
That was going to lead me to the question, have you interacted much with faculty? Do you know them on a name basis, first name basis? Have you had to go to someone for student support, and is it readily available?
Yeah, it is, absolutely. All of the staff know all of the students on a first name basis and vice versa. So I think with the smaller cohort, it makes it a lot more easily accessible for that. But they're always there for, I've seen them for a variety of things. So for school related things, but then also for personal things that might be going on while you're here. Especially when you're coming from abroad, I think you don't necessarily have that support system, so they kind of take that role and been really good at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool how close you do end up becoming with the staff and the faculty around. Definitely, like, seeing each other at the cafe, getting coffees, having a chat. I definitely gone to them for support, and I got talked off the edge a couple of times, which it's really cool that you can tell that they have our back and they're here for us and they want us to succeed, and it's great.
And they really have a good understanding of what each person's individual needs are from the program and kind of where they're aiming at going with their career as well. So I think they're always on the lookout of how they can help further your career too. So put you in contact with the right people in the right fields.
Awesome. Did you guys have a part-time job during the first year of your degree at all?
Yeah, so I worked through the whole degree. Okay. Some semesters are harder than others to fit in the working hours, but for the most part I was able to work throughout the whole degree and support my cost of living with working. I worked usually about 2 days a week, give or take. So I was able to.
In the field, or?
So I worked initially at an athletic clothing place, which was really great for meeting other people. And then about halfway through the degree, I switched and started working in a private hospital as a physio assistant, which that has been really great because it's led into a job afterwards as well.
Okay. And for you, Christine?
So I've been able to work so far throughout the first year, again about 2 days a week usually. And it's been manageable, and it's been really helpful to be able to kind of balance both working and having a normal life as well as studying.
Which leads me, is it easy to have a balance in the program? It's obviously quite full on, and if you're doing 8 to 5 in your first year, have you been able to make friends outside the program, and can you enjoy your weekends? It's not all study.
I think absolutely. I've definitely, like I said, I've worked through it. I've spent lots of weekends going camping and going and exploring around Australia as well, so you definitely still have the time for that. It's not you're just going to come to Sydney and not be able to do anything. You still have the time to see Sydney and kind of be a bit of a tourist as well. And you can get involved in things the same as you would back home. So joining sports teams, I've done that, played soccer since I've been here, so that's been really good at meeting people and keeping the normalcy of life too.
Okay, and same with you, Christine?
Yeah, definitely. There's busier times than others, but you can definitely find that balance and have time for fun and time for study.
Cool. So Olivia, now that you've graduated, what does the future hold?
So I plan on going back to Canada to work. It was a hard decision of whether to stay or to go because there are lots of opportunities here as well. But I think the pull to be closer to family has pulled me back towards Canada. So I'll stay until our graduation, and then I plan on heading back.
Perfect. And you'll have to take some exams once you get back?
Yes, so we've got to do 2 exams to work in Canada. So there's a written, which is a multiple choice exam. That's the first one that you do. And once you've completed that, you can start working on an interim license. And then you've got 2 years to complete a clinical exam as well. And once you've done that, you can practice fully.
Okay. In any province?
Yeah, so all the provinces have slightly different restrictions on in that initial stage and after the written exam. But for the most part, once you've done the written exam, you can start working, and then there are a few provinces that will allow you to work before you've done that written exam even.
Okay,
yeah.
Fantastic. And Christine, going into your second year, what does that look like for you? Is it pretty full on, I'd imagine?
Yeah, from what I hear. So I'm starting placements in a couple of weeks, which is really exciting for me. I get to put into practice what we've been learning and studying.
Where will your placements be? What sort of field of physio?
Yes, so my first one is at a public hospital.
Yeah.
And I'm in the ICU and medical assessment ward.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to that a lot, and it's going to be a bit out of my comfort zone, but it'll be a great experience, I think.
Okay. Where was your favourite placement, or what sort of area did you enjoy the most? Or
I always thought I would love private practice the most, which is still probably the area that I'll go and work in, but I was really surprised how much I loved rehab. So the rehab placements were really great.
Interesting. And did you do anything with sports teams or?
Yeah, so we did sports teams. We had a pediatric HOC volunteer as well, so we worked with the pediatric population. And then one of my interest areas is women's health, so they were able to find me a women's health placement as well, which was really great.
That's awesome. Is there anything particular that you're hoping to go into in the future? Is in terms of like the sports, is that sports attractive, or aged care, or?
Initially I thought that I wanted to do private practice, and I think that's kind of a typical route we all think we're wanting to go. But after going through the last couple of semesters and being opened up to different opportunities and things, I'm just excited to get my hands on a bunch of different things and just try and see what I like best. Yeah.
Awesome. You get to see different sides of physio that I think you don't necessarily know coming into a physio degree that even exist for physios. So I think that it's good, it opens you up to all the different options, and everyone has changed their minds through the degree of where everyone started at. People aren't really at the end, because there's so many other options of things that you could do. So yeah.
Wow. Okay, final question. Is there any last piece of advice you would give someone thinking about the Macquarie program or even studying in Australia?
I think do it. It's a really fun experience to be able to go to a different place. Macquarie is a very respected university in Australia as a whole, and internationally as well. So I think if you're thinking about it, it is do it. It's just great because you get to be a bit of a tourist as well. There's lots of opportunity to travel around and to see new things and meet new people and build those connections. And I think that staying where you are doesn't necessarily give you that. So it gives you lots of opportunities that you wouldn't have otherwise.
Perfect. And Christine?
Exact same. Yeah, just do it. Go, give it a go, and you won't regret it. It's been the best so far, and I'm only 1 year in. Yeah.
And most people that are have graduated with me are planning on staying, so it's a very convincing city to stay in.
Do it. Perfect. Well, thanks so much. Hopefully that gives you some more information and some insight into what it's like to be a physiotherapy student at Macquarie, and you'll join Christine on campus and become an alumni with Olivia. Thanks.